Hey everyone, so today I want to test taking one of the cheapest hoverboards on the market, which is the GOTRAX Hoverboard Ion Hoverfly. And I really want to see what this thing is going to do as far as maximum range. So I've kind of wanted to take some trips with this, but I'm afraid that if it dies, I'm going to be stuck carrying, a 20-pound piece of equipment, and I just want to know what that range would be. So I'm going to stick kind of close to my house. I'm just going to go until I cannot go another inch with it, and I'm going to let you know what that is. Things to keep in mind: it is 19 degrees Fahrenheit, about a 10-degree wind chill. It is freezing outside, and there's actually a little bit of snow starting, so this is going to be kind of interesting. So let's see what it'll do. All right, everyone, so we did the test, and the results are 2.2 miles. So it's a little bit less than what the advertised range is, but I think that's going to be in large part due to the weather. So it is very cold. Again, we started with it being about 19 degrees. When we finished, it was 22 degrees, no sunshine. The hoverboard was basically ice cold by the time I was done. So all those things are going to really bring the range down. Whether you have a hybrid car, whatever you may have with batteries, that always deplete faster in cold temperatures. So that's one thing to keep in mind. The second thing to keep in mind is I live in a really hilly area. So there were points where the hoverboard actually shut off because due to my weight and the increase in the hill and elevation, I'd actually have to kind of go a little bit slower, otherwise I'd overwork the motor and it would beep at me and want to shut off. So that's another thing. And number three is my weight. I'm about 150 pounds, so I'm probably on the higher side of what most people riding a hoverboard like this is going to be. So, if you're 100, 120 pounds, somewhere in there, you're going to get better range. But being that it's worst case scenario with me riding it in the middle of winter, 2.2 miles is actually pretty impressive to me. That is going to handle a lot of the short little trips that I plan to do with this thing. So kind of excited about that. The one downfall I've seen is just that when you have to carry it, it's kind of bulky and heavy. So it's not like something you can just carry with one hand for a couple miles. I mean, you're going to get pretty sore. All right, so we ran this thing completely to dead, so I thought this would be a good time to do a little test. We're going to go ahead and plug this in. It is currently going to be 10 o'clock as soon as we plug this in, and I'm also doing a test on the wattage that this takes, as well as how long. So plug it in. We've got our red light. See the watts cranking up. And it really does not take that much juice to plug this in. A lot of portable chargers will easily be able to charge this up. So we've got that going, and let's see how fast it will charge all the way from dead. Got a lot of miles on this today. Having a lot of fun. So again, we are at 9:59. We'll call it 10 o'clock and see how it does. All right, so just finished charging, and we are at exactly 4 hours and 5 minutes from the time that we started the test. And just kind of interesting to note that even after it's fully charged, it still has 5 watts of a power draw. So it is still doing what I would consider a trickle charge, even though the light has turned green. So that's something interesting to note. But That is a full from dead to fully charged test. 4 hours and 5 minutes. The other cool thing is that I did not note in the initial review of this hoverboard is that there's a blue light on the bottom that actually flashes blue when your battery is, I would say, probably about 15-20% or lower. And then when the battery does die all the way, you're going to get a red flashing and it's going to beep. And from there, it feels like the motors are kind of cutting in and out, and it almost gets somewhat unsafe to ride because the self-leveling system really isn't working the way it should, and you can feel that, and it gives you plenty of warning. So really appreciate everyone tuning in and watching. I hope this video was helpful for you. Any questions, hit me up in the comments. I'll put a link to this hoverboard in the description, and thank you for watching.